No guarantees in love, but there is a guarantee from EH Plus by eHarmony, our new personal matchmaking service. At EH Plus, your own personal matchmaker gets to know you so well, we can guarantee introductions that will be satisfying and exciting. EH Plus goes far beyond regular online dating sites, and that's a guarantee. Visit us at ehplus.com/love or call 1-855-930-LOVE.
Here's all you need to know. There's a new cool way to sell your unwanted stuff online. It's buysellmakeoffer.com. Buysellmakeoffer.com. You're not going to believe it. Join the legions of web sellers and buyers who are turning to buysellmakeoffer.com today. Never pay fees again. For low monthly membership of $7.95, you can sell up to 50 items, and there's a 60-day free trial membership to get you started. You can even produce your own infomercial to sell your products and upload the video for the world to see. Go right now to buysellmakeoffer.com.
Good afternoon, 4:03. I'm Di Rice with the very latest in live local news here on Kcaa 1050 AM. Rancho Cucamonga deputies are urging the public to come forward with any information about the death of a man at Kenyon Park last week. Deputies identified the body as that of Mark Anthony Riverall of Rancho Cucamonga. Riverall's vehicle, described as a white four-door 2003 Toyota Camry, was parked nearby when deputies found the body. Riverall suffered from injuries to his torso. His death has been deemed a homicide. It's unknown why he was at the park. While authorities do not give his age, it appears actually he is 34. Investigators have determined the homicide occurred between last Wednesday night at about 10:30 and Thursday morning at about 6:28. That's last week. If you have any information, please call the WeTip hotline at 1-800-78-CRIME or go to WeTip.com. And one person died today in a 4-car crash in Yucca Valley that involved 2 school buses carrying a load of 70 La Contenta middle school students. The crash occurred about 7 o'clock in the morning at the intersection of La Contenta Road and Yucca Trail. The driver and sole occupant of one of the passenger vehicles was a pickup and died at the scene. The occupant of the other passenger vehicle was not injured. 4 students suffered minor injuries. 2 were transported to a hospital with moderate injuries, and the others were released to their parents. Got to be careful out there on those roadways. Inland Empire weather, sunny and hot tomorrow. Highs near 98. Overnight lows tonight about 70. Little less hot on Sunday with highs around 95. Currently, we are at 98 degrees here in San Bernardino. And checking out your drive, there is an accident in 2 lanes of the 15 northbound right there at Oak Hill Road. And the 2 lanes are blocked by a crash. Traffic is solid approaching Sierra Avenue, so beware of that. In Upland, there is an accident blocking the center lane of the 210 eastbound right there at Campus Drive. That involves a semi-truck, and it is blocking the number 2 lane. That is, also in Riverside. It is Friday, you can certainly tell that. There's an accident on the shoulder of the 60 eastbound right at Market Street. And it has moved to the shoulder, was in other lanes, but is now off to the shoulder. So that's better news. Take your time out there. Be careful. Be content. You need to get to your destination in one piece, right? That is the very latest with news, weather, and traffic on the station that leaves no listener behind. Kcaa 1050 AM.
Leading with over 5 million searches, it's officially fall. Not due to football season, although that's a good guess. The autumnal equinox took place this week. This astronomical event occurs when the plane of the Earth's equator directly aligns with the center of the sun. Daylight periods will gradually lessen and nightfall will occur earlier. Also trending with over 1 million searches, the season premiere of the Fox hit series Empire had over 16.2 million viewers and became an instant trending topic on social media. And Apple released the second beta version of iOS 9.1 after fixing a few bugs. And get this, the iOS 9.1 update has new emojis, including a taco, burrito, unicorn, and middle finger. This had over 20,000 searches. I'm Successful Bryn with what's trending this week on Kcaa 1050 AM, the station that leaves no listener behind.
Get ready for Drive Time with the Poorman. Starting now.
It's a special Pope Friday, folks. Yeah, I just saw the Pope for 2 seconds in Central Park about, 45 minutes to an hour ago. He was doing, I'm in New York, and I thought, you know what? I'm going to try and see if I can actually see the Pope. This would be, how often is the Pope in your city? And I guess this morning he was downtown at the Freedom Tower at the site of 9/11. And that's about a mile and a half from where I live. And then Central Park, you just hop on the subway, and I couldn't believe it. I figured the subway stops might be sealed off because he did a parade through Central Park that I guess had 80,000 people. And anyhow, so I get there, and it's not, the subway actually lets out right at Central Park. And I go, that's kind of weird with the Pope there and 80,000 people. But here's what happened. They let I guess the parade was in, Central Park is pretty huge. So it was in a different part of Central Park from where the subway let me off. And when I got off, there was a huge crowd of people lining the streets on Central Park South and just a regular street. And I guess that's where the Pope came out of Central Park after the parade. So I was able to see him. He was riding in a small Fiat that only held 4 people. So if you can imagine, 3 regular people and the Pope in a Fiat just cruising down the street. It was almost surreal. You can see the videos if you go to my Facebook page. And believe me, my camera work was not award-winning. But if you look at the Fiat, the Pope definitely has his arm out the window and he's waving. And I should have gotten better shots, but there's no doubt about it. And my Facebook page is Jim Poorman Trenton. Now, here's the good news. We'll see if anybody wants this. I bought 3 Pope shirts. Yes, collector's edition Pope shirts. I bought this. If you're watching on Ustream, you can see the Pope on Ustream right here. It says Washington, D.C., New York, and Philadelphia. Got a picture of Pope Francis on there. I want to give it away at some point during the show. So here's how I'm going to give it away. I did an interview with some people who had also seen the Pope for a few seconds, just like I did. They were lining the streets. And I'm going to ask a trivia question later on in the program. If you get that trivia question right, I will send you, I bought 3 shirts, 3 of these Pope shirts. I will send you a Pope shirt. Now, you're not going to get that giveaway on any other show in Southern California, that's for sure. But today, exclusively on KCAA, you will be given a shirt in commemoration of the Pope being in Central Park, where I happened to catch his arm coming out of the window for 2 seconds. So anyway, Pat Matthews, Mr. Announcer, if you don't mind, if you could please, you had to cut up the interview I did, the hard-hitting award-winning interview with people who saw the Pope. I will ask the trivia question probably sometime after Peter Dills comes on later on the show. We're right now efforting and waiting for a YouTube star, Michelle Joy Phelps, and she has a boxing site, and we are going to be putting her on here. She's talking boxing just like we had yesterday with Ben Thompson. So, Di, is she on yet? Is she called in?
She is not.
She has not?
No.
Oh, good grief. Mm-hmm. Well, we could always run the sound right now of the Pope interview.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay, so you got that ready, right? Mm-hmm. What do you think of me?
Let's see you saw the Pope here. He just rode by here. Hey, did you guys see the Pope?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm doing this for my radio show. Tell me what you saw. I saw him in a little black car. Yeah. Like you would not expect the Pope to be in a small car. What did you see? We were sitting here in front of the Plaza Hotel in front of Central Park.
That's exactly what I saw too. It was in a tiny little car. It was interesting.
In what way?
It wasn't as spectacular as you expected, maybe.
Right. It was just like the guy was just sitting in the back seat with 3 other people. It only held 4 people, right?
Yes, I believe so.
Yeah. What was your observation?
I was really excited that I could get onto this elevated sort of lamppost that I didn't know I could stand on until he drove by, and then I was like, oh, I can. So I got to see him. And he looked
little...
really tired. He looked so pooped.
Really? You actually got that good of a view of him?
Yeah, I did. We were on the passenger side, so we saw his wave. He waved. He was looking. He was just he needed a nap. I think the Pope needs a nap.
Right. I mean, how old is he anyway?
70 something.
Yeah.
He's in his 70s.
Yeah, and he's been in D.C. and now New York. Wow, you got it. So see, I could barely see him. I was at the end of the street. Were you at the beginning?
We were at the end of the street, but on the Pope's side of the car.
On the Pope's side.
On the Pope's side of the car.
All right.
So that was the ticket.
So he needs to take a nap. We found that out exclusively on the Poorman. Huh? Oh, it's in Southern California. It's going to be beaming there in about an hour and a half. Here, you can be on too. Did you see the Pope? Did you? Who saw the Pope? Nobody. Everybody's not saying anything. Excuse me. Did you guys see the Pope?
Just for 1 second.
Yeah, that's exactly how long I saw the Pope. Literally, okay, we're on this street. I guess it's 59th Street and not Park Avenue. Yeah, it is. Hey, did you guys see the Pope?
Italian. No.
Italian? Pope?
Di là.
Yeah? Yeah, okay. Arrivederci. Let's see if we can talk to somebody else.
Police had totally barricaded.
Excuse me, what did the police do? I'm doing a radio show. Say that what you just said. You're with NBC.
No, I'm not.
You got an NBC shirt on. I'm just doing my radio show. I'm talking to people who saw. Did you see the Pope?
No, I didn't.
You didn't? Okay. These guys get so defensive when I put my iPhone in them. Let's ask these really pretty women. Ladies, I'm doing a radio show. Did you see the Pope?
We did.
What was it like? What was your experience like with the Pope? This is for my radio show.
Fleeting.
I know. I saw him for did you see him? It was for 1 second, right?
We caught a wave, but that was enough.
Somebody told me they thought he looked tired in the little Pope mobile. It was how many people, tell our audience, how many people were actually in that car where the Pope was riding? It was a little black car.
I'm not sure. It was so fast.
It was small though, wasn't it?
Yes.
Did you see the Pope by chance?
Just when
just now you saw him go by?
Yeah, just go there for the street.
Right. What street is that? Is that 59th Street?
I think it's 59.
Right.
No, it's not 59. I think so. It's I'm not sure, but it's
a big street in front of the Plaza Hotel,
exactly, yeah.
Park Avenue and 59.
Yeah, yes.
And I guess he had just finished his tour through the park, and he was leaving.
Yeah, he's leaving maybe 10 minutes ago.
Right. So we're talking to people. There was a huge throng of people that saw the Pope leave Central Park. Right now, I'm in Central Park. Excuse me, ladies, did you see the Pope? People are so intimidated. What do they think I'm going to do? Maybe we'll shoot some video on this. Okay, so there's our observations of the Pope. I'm doing some audio, and now I'll do a little video thing of it. This should be even more fun. Okay, we are back here. Now, I am going to ask a trivia question. If you're watching on Ustream, I am going to give away an exclusive Pope shirt. Di, does that sound like a good prize? Would you want the Pope shirt that I bought in Central Park?
Of course. How often can you get a Pope shirt? And he is the coolest Pope we've ever had.
Right. And they were selling these shirts. I had to pay massive money for this shirt. But just because I know we're going to get thousands of calls. We better, if we give away a shirt with a Pope on it and don't get any calls, then I'm retiring from my career in disgrace. Then I'm going to go visit the Pope and take confession. I mean, this is like a very cool collector's item. So it says on there, Washington, D.C., Philadelphia, and New York. And I just saw him in Central Park, New York. In fact, we got our guest, Michelle Joy Phelps. Of course, we are the official radio show of YouTube. That's right. We're doing something cutting edge. We are absolutely spotlighting and glorifying the stars of YouTube because, honestly, it is the next step in network television. And it's alternative right now, but we definitely are there. And we've actually got a YouTube channel. If you go to my Facebook page, Jim Poorman Trenton, every single YouTube interview we do, we put up there, and it's called the YouTube Radio Show. That's the name of my YouTube channel, the YouTube Radio Show. So today,
She's a little bit late, but that's okay because I played my Pope interview. Not only is she a great boxing reporter, but Michelle Joy Phelps is very easy on the eyes. Michelle, are you there?
Hi, yes. I'm sorry. There's a little bit of a miscommunication there, but I'm here.
Oh, that's right. You thought you were supposed to be on at 15 after the hour, right?
Yeah, I did. I thought that I was going to get the phone call, but it's all good. I'm on the line.
Okay, let me give you a little weird tidbit about people on YouTube. I mean, I know that you're in other, mediums as well. Everybody on YouTube who's got their own channel usually doesn't give out their phone number. They'll give out their Twitter handle or something like that. So I don't think we've only been doing this for a couple of weeks, but I don't think we've had one guest that has given me a phone number to call. And we certainly didn't have yours, but have you noticed that too about people on YouTube?
No, I think that's a kind of weird, to be honest, especially if you're going to be on doing a radio show. I mean, how are they supposed to reach you?
Yeah.
So strange.
Well, before we get into what you're all about, I'm hearing like this weird sort of echo in the background. I don't know if there's an in-studio something or other on. Oh, that's better. Anyway, tell us about your YouTube channel, Michelle. I guess you have 15,000 subscribers, and you are really into boxing. And what's the name of your boxing channel?
Well, the channel's named after me. It's Michelle Joy Phelps. But actually, it sort of just happened. I never really went on YouTube thinking that anything was going to happen with my career in boxing. I just started blogging about various, fights and like the post coverage on it. And then I realized there was a bit of a following that started after that, and people actually liked listening to a woman talk about boxing. And, I'm really passionate, too. So, usually when I'm on a heated topic, I mean, you're going to know I'm really into it because I just, I'm a fan at the end of the day. I started as a fan. I'm always going to be a fan. And so I get it, when fight fans want to reach out and say, why didn't you ask this question or why didn't you say that? And I'm like, I wanted to, too, but you guys got to understand it's a business. We can't always say what we think. If that's the case, we'd all be fired. You know what I'm saying? None of us would have jobs today. But it just sort of happened, and one thing led to another, and I started getting people reaching out, asking if I'd like to do coverage for them. So it really started as an intern position, and it grew from there, and I realized, you know what? There are no women doing this. And I didn't really understand why. I mean, I know women who like to watch sports, so I wasn't really quite sure, but it's been pretty cool, to see ringside. It was only just maybe two of us, two women, maybe three. And then now, you really see it growing, and it's really exciting. I think that more women should be getting involved. And in fact, there's been a couple of girls I've started to sort of help and mentor any way that I possibly can. But the YouTube channel just started, like I said, it just sort of happened.
All right, we're talking to Michelle Joy Phelps. Michelle, can you hang on? We've got to go to a break, but I definitely want to get into this with you, and also the whole female boxing phenomenon. I want to ask you about Ronda Rousey when we get back, as we continue here with Drive Time with the Poor Man. Okay, everybody, I have a major announcement. It's going to be another infamous, crazy, wild Poor Man party. Friday night, October 2nd. Mark that down on your calendar. In the city of Anaheim at Felipe's Bar and Grill, the first ever Poor Man's Pool Party. Yes, this is all going to be going down. An indoor pool party, bikinis, craziness, wildness, water, drinks, DJs. Everything's going to be happening, and everybody is invited. I'm totally stoked, totally excited. The owner, Phil, you thought of this? How did you come up with this incredible idea?
It was a brainchild of mine for a little while.
Friday night, October 2nd, Felipe's Bar and Grill, 2751 West Lincoln Avenue in Anaheim. We will see you there.
I want everybody to come having a great time with me and the Poor Man.
If you'd like to talk to the Poor Man, give him a call at 888-909-1050. That's 888-909-1050. More of the Poor Man coming up. Have a question or a comment? Be sure to tweet the Poor Man at poorman1. That's the Twitter account. So tweet the Poor Man, and better yet, follow the Poor Man on Twitter at @PoorMan1.
When was the last time you treated your taste buds to a party they won't forget? Now's the time with Stella Rosa Prosecco, the bubbly, intense, flavorful, and delicious sparkling white wine. Stella Rosa has edged out the imitators, becoming the sparkling queen of the party. So get to your local fine retailer and find out for yourself what all the fuss is about. You'll be more than satisfied with selecting the best in sparkling wines. Get the party started and celebrate. You'll be glad you did.
Drive Time with the Poor Man returns. We are the official mainstream radio show of YouTube. And we interview every single day on this show a star of YouTube. Today, we have a lady who's a boxing expert who is very easy on the eyes, you guys. Very, very hot. I'm sorry if I sound sexist saying that. I have to be honest. Michelle Joy Phelps. Find her on YouTube. And she is very serious about boxing, but you are very attractive. And anyway, does that ever conflict? Michelle, does that ever conflict with your reporting?
You cut off there just for a bit. Could you repeat what you said? I'm so sorry.
The fact that you're really pretty, does that ever conflict with your reporting in boxing?
You know, I never wanted to believe that was the case. I know that like any person, when they're getting into an industry, they could, you're always going to come across, some difficulties. And I did realize that because, I do love, I know this sounds silly, but I love eyelashes, I love makeup, I love fashion. So when I show up, sometimes I might look like, really done up, and I'm not trying to do that to get attention. It's just who I've always been. And I think it took people a while to understand that it was just how I am, who I am, instead of me trying to attract somebody or something. But, now it's not an issue. I think now that everyone knows, that's Michelle. So, but yeah, in the beginning, I think that it was a bit of an issue. I was told several times over, you look too much like a girlfriend or a wife. And I didn't really understand that. But, look, I mean, this is how I look. I mean, it's not like I had surgery look like it's who I am. So I just had to learn to deal with it and embrace it and continue working hard to prove that, it's more than just that.
Somebody just texted me, are there hot babes mud wrestling and wild girl cat fight videos on your channel?
Oh, in your dreams, right? In your dreams.
Right. No, those are on my TV show, Poor Man's Bikini Beach, though. You can definitely catch that on that. I want to get into the Ronda Rousey. Have you ever interviewed Ronda Rousey?
No, she's in UFC and I'm in boxing. So
right. Sorry.
No, it's okay. I mean, I get asked it often just because of the fact that, she's a woman and, my thoughts on, what she's done for women in combat sports in general. I think she's fantastic. I think that she represents what women are. We can be strong and we can be beautiful and we can be, these, independent, business-minded women and still be taken seriously. I think she's really, broke the grounds there for that. I just wish that we could see the same for women in boxing. We have beautiful women that are boxers, and I just don't understand why we don't see more women on fight cards. I mean, not even televised. I don't understand. In Mexico, it's a big thing, but here in America, we just don't see it ever.
But what's interesting, though, is with Ronda Rousey and UFC, she's like the biggest name there is, even bigger than the men now. I mean, she's huge. So it is working. Maybe there's nobody charismatic enough yet as a woman. For that matter, boxing really is in trouble at the moment, and I love boxing. Don't get me wrong. Every big fight I used to order all the time. But now that Floyd Mayweather's retired, I know you interviewed Vladimir Klitschko recently, but who who's a big name anymore? I mean, in all honesty, I mean, I know you're pumping the sport, but is anybody a big name in boxing right now that's still fighting?
I think that we're in the process of building the big names because we do have, like, Canelo, we got Gennady Golovkin on the scene now. We have guys, yeah. I mean, Miguel Cotto's still, around, and I just think that I can see it from the casual perspective, people who maybe don't follow boxing religiously and don't watch it every Saturday. There is boxing on almost every single weekend or even throughout the week now. We got Fox Sports doing it. We got ESPN. We have TV. So it is, I want to say it's on a comeback, and I use air quotes when I say that because I never really thought it was gone anyways, but to maybe the casual fan, it was that way. And I think that was because it was, you had to have Showtime or HBO in order to watch it. But now it's on television, free television. So I think that we're going to be seeing it turn around within the next 2 years. I really do believe that. And in that time, people are going to become more familiar with the names. Back in the day, like when, Tyson would fight and stuff like that, we would see that stuff on television, but we don't see that anymore. I mean, we do now, but we didn't see that for a very long time. So in this case, I do think that it's on the rise. But then again, I never actually thought it was dead. I think it's kind of funny when people say that, but hey, I guess we're all entitled to our own opinion.
How many years have you been covering boxing?
Over 3 years. It's only been 3 years. And I would probably say 2.5 years full time. So it's very new in terms of, like, my career. It's very new to me. Before this, I had done print work and acting. So I never really, like I said, I never really saw this happening. It just started as a hobby. I love watching boxing. I would watch it with friends. I would go to the bars, get, have a few drinks, and just enjoy it. And now it's turned into this whole other thing, and it's actually quite amazing. I think that, when you hear people say, you may want to go in one direction in life, but sometimes life takes you in its own direction, this is exactly what happened with me. I had one idea of what I was going to do with myself, and then this happened, and I love it. I mean, I get to travel the world. I get to interview the biggest stars in boxing, and it's been, like, seriously super exciting. Like, I already have trips coming up, New York, London, or England, Manchester and London, as well as Australia. And, to be able to travel the world and cover the sport, I mean, it doesn't get any better than that.
Yeah, that sounds pretty good. And what I want to do when we come back from the break, I noticed one of your videos, the one with Vladimir Klitschko, where you're talking about doping, has been removed. So we're with Michelle Joy Phelps. She's extremely beautiful, but she's a boxing reporter, and she is on YouTube if you want to look her up, Michelle Joy Phelps. I'm going to ask her why that video was taken down, and then I want to get into another interview she recently did as well. As we continue here with Drive Time with the Poor Man, Peter Dills is coming up. He's got a giveaway. Does anybody want my Pope shirt? Michelle, do you want my Pope shirt that I got? I saw the Pope today at Central Park, and I bought this shirt. I'm going to give it away before the end of the show. We'll be right back.
Are you starting a business, incorporating, or forming an LLC? Do you have a business but need legal review of contracts or have other legal needs? If so, then please contact attorney Michael Brown. Michael has over 20 years' experience advising small and medium businesses to be successful and avoid costly litigation. Initial consultations are always free. Please contact us at 949-636-8128 or by visiting us at mwb-law.net. If you'd like to talk to the Poor Man, give him a call at 888-909-1050. That's 888-909-1050. More of the Poor Man coming up. Hey everybody, I'm Pat Matthews, Mr. Announcer here on the Poor Man Show, and I'd like to let you know about my services. If you're in the need for voice work, whether it be for commercials, narrations, or even having your personal or business voicemail professionally done, I'm the guy. I promise quick turnaround and great rates. Check out my Facebook page at facebook.com/Pat Matthews Productions, and that's Matthews with 2 T's, or email me at patmatthews@cox.net. I'd love to work with you. Thanks for your time, and you have a great day. Have a question or a comment? Be sure to tweet the Poor Man at PoorMan1. That's the Twitter account. So tweet the Poor Man, and better yet, follow the Poor Man on Twitter at Poorman, the number 1.
Okay, we are coming back here with Drive Time with the Poor Man. We got Michelle Joy Phelps, boxing reporter. That's her YouTube channel. And Michelle, you took down a interview you did yesterday, or maybe it was even earlier today, with Vladimir Klitschko, the heavyweight champion, where I guess you were talking about doping, and I wanted to watch it, but it said that video has been removed. What happened?
Oh, it's there.
Oh, it is?
It's there. I actually, while you said that, I thought, oh my God, did one of my admins remove it for some reason? And I just messaged them, and they said, no, it's there. I don't know. I'm looking myself, and it's still there.
Okay, well, it was weird because it said that video is unavailable when I tried to get it, but maybe I just did something wrong. I don't know.
It could have been just a connection. I don't know. Sometimes, oddly, stuff happens like that. But, it's funny because we release so many videos a day. And until you said that, I didn't realize it was even released today yet because we only release so many each day. So that's interesting. I didn't even know it was released myself.
Hey, yeah. Well, yeah, you're prolific with videos. Who's the biggest boxer you've interviewed in the 2.5 years that you've been doing this?
You know what? That's a good question. The biggest, I would probably say, I got a chance to ask, Marvin Hagler a few questions before, and that was, I was a bit intimidated. But I would say between that, obviously, interviewing Floyd Mayweather is always, he doesn't just give interviews to a bunch of people, so that was always nice. And, I don't know, I feel like I've interviewed every major star, I want to say.
Did you ever ask Floyd Mayweather about beating women?
Oh my God! Do not do this to me live on the radio.
Yeah, no. I listen. We want honesty, so please share that with us.
You know what? The reason why, number one, I never comment on that is because, even though he did go to jail and serve his time, you also have the ex-girlfriend who's saying it didn't happen. It didn't happen. So first she said it did, and then she said it didn't. So it's really hard, to believe someone who cries wolf. So in that case, people are probably going to be like, what, are you kidding me? Look, he served his time. Now, if he was over here doing this, we heard reports continuously, then there would be a problem. But, it just happens, and he served his time, and she's going back and forth on the story, so who really knows what happened? I'm not TMZ. I could care less about his personal life. I just like to report, and I like to stay in my lane and report on the sport, and that's it.
So when you interviewed him, you didn't ask him about that?
I didn't ask him anything. I didn't ask him anything like that. I think the closest thing to asking him about his personal life was, what he thought about. I want to say it was when he was getting ready to fight Robert Guerrero, and it was media week, and I asked him, during that All Access, he finally came out about having multiple girlfriends, and I asked him about that, and he just basically said, it's my life. I'm happy. I'm blessed. And he's entitled to do what he wants. A lot of people have multiple girlfriends. They just don't actually admit it.
We've got somebody on the line right now, Dave Learman, who used to do some gossip reports for me, and I have no idea what he wants to ask you, Michelle. We got Michelle Joy Phelps on here, but if you're all right with that, I'll bring him on, and he has a question for you.
Hi,
hey, Michelle. Hi.
Hi.
What do you think of CM Punk, Bill Brooks signing with the UFC? Do you think it's a publicity move, or do you think he really can compete?
Say that again. I'm sorry. Who signed with?
What do you think of CM Punk, from the WWE? Do you know CM Punk?
You know what, honey? I cover boxing.
She's a boxing reporter.
The wrestler, Brock Lesnar, the UFC champion.
I hear
UFC,
yes.
CM Punk recently signed. I was wondering if you thought what you thought of UFC signing.
Oh, I am so sorry. What happened? The planes were circling overhead, and I can't believe the bomb got dropped. You know what? I talked about the Pope today, Michelle, and somebody ended up dropping a bomb. That's just not cool. I'm really upset.
I was like,
yes? Go ahead, Michelle. I think you were about to say something.
oh no, I was a bit confused there. I wasn't sure what I was hearing exactly. I heard the wrestling and UFC, and I was like, don't cover either. Can't really have an opinion about anything I don't know.
And just think, you could have been enlightened if the bomb hadn't been dropped, right?
That's hilarious.
Well, at least it got
so
you
what's
out
up with this Pope situation? You seriously got to meet the Pope today? Or
No,
see the
I
Pope?
didn't get to meet him. Are you kidding? If
You
I got
got
to
to
meet
see
him,
him.
I would have. Wow. If I got to meet the Pope, I would have interviewed him, and that would have gone viral.
Seriously, you would have been like the only human, the only person on radio to have ever interviewed the Pope.
Oh, it would have been huge. You know, that's all we need on this show. Listen, having you on, Michelle Joy Phelps, obviously this interview will go viral. And by the way, Michelle, this is going to be posted within the next day on my new YouTube channel, which is called the YouTube Radio Show. So you'll be able to, so let everybody know. And the link is actually on my Facebook page, Jim Poorman Trenton. But I'm sure that our interview today is going to go viral, and I will be forever indebted to you coming on this show.
Well, thank you for having me, honestly. And I'm sorry there was miscommunication and I got on late. I apologize.
No, it was no big deal at all, honestly, because you did say 4:15 and or 15 after the hour, and it's honestly it's not that big of a deal. So anything before we go? I mean, obviously, I want you to plug your projects. I got one other quick question for you. You said you're flying all over the world to cover boxing. Are you making all this money from your YouTube channel?
You know what? It's several things: YouTube channel, sponsorship. And, you know, sponsorships, they're out there, man. They're really out there. And I only recently started to really utilize them. So we have sponsors lined up for each of the coming trips. And I'm being flown to Australia for actually a fashion event. There is a designer by the name of Amy Taylor Collections, and she has the most amazing evening dresses. And I'm going to be flown there for a fashion show and to discuss some business about some stuff. So that's more of like a business trip, not any boxing or anything like that. So pretty blessed, pretty lucky. I've never been to Australia, so to be able to get flown there and have everything covered, that's fantastic.
Good for you, because, you know, you start these YouTube channels, you get your own sponsors, and people don't realize how hard you have to work. Hey, thanks for being on the show. And again, you can go to Michelle Joy Phelps on YouTube and catch prolific amounts of boxing interviews. She does a great job. And thanks for being on Drive Time with the Poor Man.
Well, thank you for having me. Have a great rest of the day.
You too. Take care. And we'll be right back with Peter Dills after this, I hope.
If you'd like to talk to the Poor Man, give him a call at 888-909-1050. That's 888-909-1050. More of the Poor Man coming up.
When was the last time you treated your taste buds to a party they won't forget? Now's the time with Stella Rosa Prosecco, the bubbly, intense, flavorful, and delicious sparkling white wine. Stella Rosa has edged out the imitators, becoming the sparkling queen of the party. So get to your local fine retailer and find out for yourself what all the fuss is about. You'll be more than satisfied with selecting the best in sparkling wines. Get the party started and celebrate. You'll be glad you did.
Have a question or a comment? Be sure to tweet the Poor Man at PoorMan1. That's the Twitter account. So tweet the Poor Man, and better yet, follow the Poor Man on Twitter at PoorMan1.
Okay, everybody, I have a major announcement. It's going to be another infamous, crazy, wild Poor Man party. Friday night, October 2nd, mark that down on your calendar, in the city of Anaheim at Felipe's Bar and Grill, the first ever Poor Man's Pool Party. Yes, this is all going to be going down. An indoor pool party, bikinis, craziness, wildness, water, drinks, DJs. Everything's going to be happening, and everybody is invited. I'm totally stoked, totally excited. The owner, Phil, you thought of this? How did you come up with this incredible idea?
It was a brainchild of mine for a little while.
Friday night, October 2nd, Felipe's Bar and Grill, 2751 West Lincoln Avenue in Anaheim. We will see you there.
I want everybody to come having a great time with me and the Poorman.
And we are back here with Drive Time with the Poor Man. I got told by Mr. Announcer, my producer also, who's an incredibly great producer, that when I go beep, 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 that it's pretty immature, and it is something that I shouldn't do because it will not help me skyrocket my career into the zone of the forever. By the way, a week from today, whatever that means, I think I was listening to Dave Learman, because now I can't speak right. A week from today at Don Felipe's in Anaheim, I'm going to be doing the indoor pool party. They're going to actually build a pool inside the club. People bring their swim attire. Apparently, there's going to be bikini-clad women in there. There's going to be all sorts of fun. They got a taco bar going, drinks. They got all kinds of little hidden rooms where you can do all kinds of interesting things. And that's at Don Felipe's in Anaheim. I'm really looking forward to that. Coming back to Southern California, I think next Tuesday or next Wednesday I'm flying back. I've been in New York 3 weeks. Been pretty interesting. Involved in being evicted from my apartment. And okay, let's hit the hater, bro. We might as well get into that before Peter Dills.
It's time for another edition of Hater Bro, a segment dedicated to the worthless humans, the losers who spend all their entire day hating on me, the poor man. 24/7, all they do is hate, 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 because they are losers. And so here we go. It's time for Hater Bro.
I just got the text from Brett from Sacramento. Where is Hater Bro? It's right here. Okay, now this is part of Hater Bro, but it's kind of a unique thing. Maybe we'll do it every day. Maybe we'll do it once in a while. And I wanted to do it for a couple of days, but the good thing is the person who gets this does this every day. It's a ritual. It's part of his life. And I am so honored, and I am so jealous, and think this is just wonderful how this guy spends his life. We have come up with the Drive Time with the Poor Man Star of the Day. Hit it. Lovely. The Star of the Day goes to Butchie. Butchie is he's one of those guys that inspires you with his life and his lifestyle. He used to be my screener on Loveline, and when he was a young guy, he was like a little puppy dog, had his tongue out, always happy, would screen the calls. And I lost touch with him for a decade or two. And he reemerged when I started doing talk radio. And what happened is there was a metamorphosis of sorts. And again, I give him the Star of the Day because I am just so emotional about what he does. That's so inspiring, and it's almost like a role model. He's now mean all day, every day. But the reason he gets us, and I think that's great, he directs a lot of it towards me, and of course I deserve it. I think him being mean to me makes me a better man. I'm not BSing anybody. Don't you think, Di?
Absolutely.
I mean, I'll read some of the posts that he does on the Poor Man Show No Censorship blog on Facebook. And it brings tears to my eyes, tears of joy when he makes the derogatory comments. But the reason he gets the star of the day, let me tell you something. It's because he's a role model. He has a wife and I believe 2 lovely children. And if only I could tell my kids, can you imagine he puts them on his lap and he goes, this is what your daddy does during the day. And this is what you need to do to grow up to be as great a human as I am. I sit in front of a computer screen all day long and I post all kinds of derogatory remarks and mean remarks towards the poor man. And then I listen to his show every day in front of my computer screen. And children, kids, what you need to understand, if you want to make it in life, you need to work hard. And despite having a real job and a real family, you can get very far in life if you can just carve out a little niche in your day, 4, 5, 6, 7, maybe 8 hours, where you can post all kinds of mean remarks and then build a shrine around a talk radio show. If you do that 5 days a week, you can become as great as I am, kids. And you know, Butchie's wife must make love to him 10 times as vociferously, knowing that that's how he spends his day. Di, it really is inspiring, isn't it?
Yes.
I mean, Butchie, that's why you get the Drive Time with the Poor Man star of the day. And here's the sounder one more time. Keep up the good hard work and keep being that role model because your family is proud of you. All right. Has Peter Dills joined us yet?
Yes, he is right here.
Peter, I don't know if you heard much of Hater Bro, but I'm, just really feeling very proud to have given that star of the day.
Well, I thought you were going to give it to Bruce Jenner. I got confused.
I heard that Caitlyn Jenner today, the Santa Monica courts apparently approved Caitlyn as an official woman. Did you hear that?
I missed that when I was out busy trying to figure out what to do for your show today.
Yeah, that's always a good one, isn't it? What did you decide on?
We're going to do true or false. Am I lying or am I telling the truth? I've got a $25 gift card to Avanti Bistro Italian restaurant right here in the lovely city of Pasadena.
Avanti. What type of food does Avanti restaurant serve?
They've got, they do an Italian.
Yeah,
been there for a long time. Good guys that own it. Actually just stopped by the restaurant right now to pick up the gift card. And if you're ready, I'm ready.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so people have to decide if this is a true or false comment that you're about to make, right?
Yeah, it has to be all true, or I guess it would be false then.
Okay, well, you go ahead and do that, and then I'm going to give out the phone number that people will call to win this gift certificate for $25 to Avanti.
All right. In 1896, Pabst Brewing Company won a blue medal at the Chicago State Fair. In 1896, Pabst won a blue ribbon at the Chicago State Fair, thus changing the name to Pabst Blue Ribbon. That's why it's called PBR, Pabst Blue Ribbon. Well, just last week, they won a gold medal, and they've decided they're going to change their name. Once again, the first time in 120 years, they're going to change their name to Pabst Gold Label. Pabst Gold Label. So they're getting rid of Pabst Blue Ribbon and changing the name to Pabst Gold Label. Is that
And
true or is that false?
Is it true or false? And that's a beer, by the way, you're talking about, right?
Yes. Yes.
Here's the phone number, 888-909-1050. Now, if nobody calls to win this, I'm going to win it because I love Italian food. And it's the Vontae Restaurant, a $25 gift certificate in Pasadena. Again, here's your number to call in and win. Call in and win! 888-909-1050. Now, while we're waiting for these prolific amounts of calls to come in, tell us, go ahead and mention your radio show, which, of course, Peter Dills is the world's best restaurant critic. Go ahead.
I'm on this Sunday night, 6 o'clock on AM 830 KLAA. You get it wherever you're listening to Poorman Show. It comes in real nice, and we're at 6 o'clock, and I've got gift cards to give away on that program as well, and I've got an in-studio guest. Guy's name is Rick Bricks, and he owns a bunch of restaurants in the Long Beach area called Bricks, Brix, and we'll be talking to him, and we'll be giving away gift cards, and hopefully, hopefully the Angels will have won that day because it makes everybody in the studio in a lot better mood when the Angels win.
Okay. Hey, sorry. Di was just mentioning who was on the phone, but repeat that last sentence. I'm sorry. That's okay, Di, by the way.
We're coming in after the Angel game on Sunday, as we always do. It's a great lead-in, but, I need them to keep winning because I need the listeners. So, of course I want them to win because I like the Angels, but I like all the people that listen to the show or the game as well. So where would I be without the Angels? I don't know, but we do a good show. It's a real fun show, and I hope everybody that likes your show will tune in this Sunday at 6 o'clock.
Yeah, I've been on there a couple of times. I like the show a lot. It's on KLAA, AM 830 at 6 p.m. And yeah, I mean, I would guess when the Angels win, you probably have more callers and more listeners.
Yeah, we do. The funny thing is, Poorman, it's mostly guys, men that call the show. It's about 80% men, and that's fine. That's great. That's why we talk about like steaks and hamburgers and French fries and beer and 2-for-1 specials. That's what guys like, So it's a good show, and I appreciate it. You've actually, not only have you been on the show, you've been to the studio with me a couple times.
Oh, yeah, it's awesome. I love it. And, of course, I'm a huge Angels fan, and they better keep winning. They're a game and a half behind the second wild card, but they had a big win the other night. Okay, I don't know if Lyle is on the phone from Trevor's show, but the only thing is he's part of the station. We got to get we
also have a Steve from Claremont.
Okay.
And I think he's legit.
And it's not Mr. Leg.
I don't think so. Hey, Steve.
All right, we like legit.
Okay, is Steve from Claremont? We'll see if it's legit. I have no idea. Again, the phone number 888-909-1050. And the question one more time, and people have got to guess true or false, is Peter Dills?
1896 Pabst. It was just called Pabst beer, and they won the blue ribbon at the Chicago World Fair, and they changed their name to Pabst Blue Ribbon. Well, last week they just got a gold medal for their beer, and now they're going to change the name of the beer for the first time in 120 years. It's now going to be called Pabst Gold Medal.
Mm. Do we have another break coming up, Di?
Yes, one last one.
Okay, we'll give it away right after this break. So stay with us, 888-909-1050.
Hey everybody, I'm Pat Matthews, Mr. Announcer here on The Poor Man Show, and I'd like to let you know about my services. If you're in the need for voice work, whether it be for commercials, narrations, or even having your personal or business voicemail professionally done, I'm the guy. I promise quick turnaround and great rates. Check out my Facebook page at facebook.com/Pat Matthews Productions, and that's Matthews with 2 T's, or email me at patmatthews@cox.net. I'd love to work with you. Thanks for your time, and you have a great day.
Too many men are wimps.
Linda Gross loves men. Bet that got your attention. Linda is a men's advocate who has helped many men get their balls back. And she can help you. Her proven coaching techniques will skyrocket your confidence and boost you into action in 4 sessions or less. Stop being stupid with girls, in business, or dump a lifelong problem. Go to themensadvocate.com or email Linda info@themensadvocate.com. Mention the Poor Man Show and get 15 minutes free. Also, pick up Linda's book, Mastering Women, on Amazon. Get the straight talk from the woman who knows.
Okay. Peter Dills is back with us. I still have the Pope shirt to give away. I don't know if you've heard the show earlier. I saw the Pope for 2 seconds today, Peter, here in New York.
Yeah.
And I bought 3 Pope shirts. I was going to give one of those away, too. But anyway, apparently we had tied up all the lines, so we got to give out the number one more time, 888-909-1050, if you want to win the meal at Avanti in Pasadena, correct?
Yeah, that's right. $25 to Avanti in Pasadena. You could use it for happy hour. You can use it for your meal. You can use it for whatever you want.
888-909-1050. Was Peter's statement true or false?
Yeah. Do you want me to do it one more time? 1896, Pabst changed their name to Pabst Blue Ribbon because they won the Blue Ribbon at the World's Fair. And then just last week, they got a gold medal for their beer. So now they're changing their name to Pabst Gold Medal Beer.
And we have a caller. We're just going to go live. Hi, who
we
is
have
this?
we have a caller. We're going to go live, and all they got to do is guess true or false. Hello?
Yeah, this is Alfred from Brea.
Alfred, welcome to the show. And do you have an answer for Peter Dill's question?
Yes, I do. The answer is false.
And why do you think that, Alfred?
Well, the reason I think, because I just can't see them change the name after all those years. I just can't see that.
Hey, Alfred, you're correct. No, they did win a blue ribbon, but they're not changing their name.
Great.
You're a winner.
Winner, Italian dinner for Alfred from Brea.
Thank you so much.
Hey, Alfred, can you do me one favor?
And that is?
Can you listen to my show as well on Sunday? I need some listeners.
I will. I promise you I will.
And
well, every one he can gather, in addition to the ones he already has, he's very appreciative, Alfred.
Hey, I'm an Angel fan, too. I'm going to the game tomorrow night, just to let you know.
All right. We'll go Angels.
Yeah, the Angels need to win. Cool. I'm right with you, Alfred. Listen, that's the end of the show. Peter, I didn't give away the Pope. Sorry?
Thank you. I was just saying thank you, Poorman.
You betcha. Thank you, buddy. Hold on, Alfred. We're going to get your details, and I'll see you guys Monday. I didn't give away the Pope shirt. We ran out of time, but maybe I'll give it away Monday. Have a great weekend. See ya. Bye.
This is KCAA Loma Linda, the station that leaves no listener behind. CNBC News is next, a courtesy of buysellmakeoffer.com, where you can post a video about items you have for sale. Sign up now. It's free.
Are installed in Volkswagen and Audi cars over the past 7 years, now warning all automakers that tough changes are on the way. On Wall Street, the Dow up 113 points today. The Nasdaq, though, lower by 48 on a late-day sell-off in biotech shares. Stocks got an early lift on better-than-forecast economic growth during the spring quarter, and after Fed Chair Janet Yellen assured Wall Street a rate hike will likely happen by the end of this year. Banks like hearing that. Omaha-based food giant Conagra may be announcing some job